What is going down today, YouTube? How is that bite? As you can see, I am a very happy boy. Santa Karl'S came a little late, but he had a heavy duty supply drop, and we will be unboxing all of this today on Evolution Angler Bassin. Thanks for joining me. If you're new to the channel, be sure to click subscribe and that notification bell. I'm all hopped up on coffee, chicken wings, and pork fried rice today, but it's okay. Let's sit back, open these boxes up, and see what we're dealing with this year. I am, first off, woo! Second off, yee yee. Third off, come on, let's get into it. All right, so let's get into the first box from Karl'S. What I have here is going to be a mixture. Baits I haven't tried yet. Finesse, big swim baits, of Topwater, glide baits. Yeah, let's check it out. All right, so first we're going to have the Terminator jig, and I'll take this bad boy out for you. Shuttering bait. The color is Texas Craw, a little bit similar to a chatterbait. However, the wobble, the kick, and the roll on this should be a little bit more extreme. It's attached only by an O-ring, and look at this. It's just side to side action. It's crazy. Next, the River to Sea S-Waver. In the 120 in the light trout edition. I won't lie, I am a big fan of Tactical Bassin. Matt Allen and Tim Little, they swear by this. However, they usually talk about the 168 size. I'm a little bit new to throwing glides. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone coming as a finesse fisherman, but I am very excited to get into the glide bait game, and I figured this was a great starting point. So yeah, the S-Waver 120. It's got some stout hooks on it, by the way, for it being such a small lure. Next, not one, but two Mike Puka exclusive. Thank you, Santa Karl'S. First, let's open up the baby bullgill. They are both 3.75. However, in comparison, this one is going to have a little bit of a taller profile. And I got this one in the baby bass color. I can't wait to fish this jointed hard swim bait. From what I hear, it's really good just burning it across. The tail seems pretty cool here. Fiber wire tail here. This is going on. I haven't fished them. They look pretty awesome, pretty amazing. And again, a size that I am comfortable with. Bang. Next, the bull shad. It's a little bit of a shorter profile from belly to back. I believe it has the same size hooks. I just wanted to go for a match to hatch deal on this one, as close to a golden shiner imitator as I could. The color on this one is golden shiner. I thought it might have been something a little bit more off than that. Yeah, golden shiner. A great color, great match to hatch for my pond situation. In most of my local lake situation, should be good in terms of match and hatch. Good choice here. Next, we have the Molix Lover Special Vibration Jig. It has Mike Iaconelli's name attached to it. Never fished these before. I got it because I found that it had a trailer hook attached to it, which seemed pretty cool with a light skirt. They were priced decently, and you know, I figured I hadn't tried it, and you hear that? That is a pretty decent sounding rattle there. How to fish it? I don't know. I've never fished this like this. It seemed like a variation, same as the Terminator was. So I figured I'd give it a whirl. Yeah. Again, the deal with the chatterbait last year was amazing, so I'm looking to continue that and, you know, just shoot off a little bit from it. Moving on, we have trailer hooks, just like you saw there on the special vibration jig. Went ahead and got trailer hooks, VMC. You'll see a lot of repetition with me this season with VMC. I'm not sponsored by them, but I think they have great products in terms of terminal tackle. Anyway, I got it in 1/0 for the smaller spinner baits and chatter baits, and I got it in 3/0 for the larger spinner baits and chatter baits. Not much to explain there. It is what it is. And then I wanted to get a classic, which I went ahead and did. I feel guilty. I hadn't fished one of these up until, well, really, I haven't fished one yet. I wanted to get a Storm Original Series Wiggle Wart. Very close. imitator to the golden shiner again, bluegill imitator. Some darker tones to it. Towards the belly, it's a little translucent there. Whoa, it has more ghost than I thought. I hadn't noticed that in the pictures. A 2-knocker. We'll see how it plays in the lake. All right, down 1 box, and we're about to be down 2 boxes. So this was the only item in the second box. Here we have the Shimmer Swimmer by 10,000 Fish. I have not fished this yet. I was looking to switch up the paddle tail game. I usually fish the rib deals like the Kitech Impact Swing, like the Biospawn Exo Swim. Pretty straightforward. Let me take one out so you can see. This deal is pretty interesting. What sets this paddle tail swim bait apart, you see in there, see that there? That right there is called a strobe strip, and it's supposed to play with the light. It also makes a little clicking noise. Can you hear that? So yeah, it brings a new variation of swim baits. Throws a little spice into it. I figured, why not? Let's give it a try. Next box. All right, so this lure is interesting. This is a 13 fishing jabberjaw, which is neither a square bill crankbait, neither a chatterbait. It's a hybrid, ladies and gentlemen. See that right there? That should set it apart from the competition. This came out late last year, and nice dark green back like a real golden shiner would. Yeah, should be interesting. Whoa, those hooks are sticky. Next, we have the Jackal Gantarelle Jr. At some point, I'm gonna have to up my size, what I throw, and I'm gonna have to not really fear, but gain more confidence as opposed to losing fear. Feel like this lure is gonna help me get there. Orange belly, very natural tone to it, very sharp, sticky hooks. You have your owl feather treble hooks. Also, this deal here is very key, especially when you're fighting a big fish. So not only is this designed to attract the big fish because of its natural look and would be deadly during the bluegill feed, it has a slender profile for actually being a bluegill. They went ahead and threw on the rotating hooks here for when you're fighting a big fish. Also, what they went ahead and threw on here as an extra added feature, this little O-ring here, which you could attach weight. For example, in the spawn, you could have this drop all the way down to a bed near a bedding fish, and what it's gonna do, it's gonna trigger a reaction where they're gonna want to sweep it out of the way, and as soon as they make contact with one of these hooks, game over, because it's not coming off. Next, the Molix glide bait, almost 8-inch. So this is relatively new to the market. I went ahead and got this in a perch, a yellow perch pattern. What attracted me to it was the matte black finish with the shiny gold and orange belly to it. This as well has the rotating hook deal. In terms of big lures, this should be about as big as I'm gonna end up throwing this year. Granted, it is a process. I will have to work my way up to throwing a bait like this, but it will be done nevertheless, right? Thank you, Santa. Next, we have the Whopper Plop. I decided to go ahead and get this entire series that I got. I got a few of them, got like 3, 4, maybe 5 of them. Some I gotta look again. A couple of them coming from different places. I got this one in the 75 size. The original, it's a huge boy. I'm throwing this in a lot of shallow water situations and a lot of ponds and a lot of smaller lakes, heavy vegetation as well. What was interesting about this one is that the weed play will not be a huge factor. See the guard there, the lack of space in between the body and the rotating fin. Also, This one has the most similar noise reproduction to the original, so the closest in terms of girth, in terms of the other minis. There is a smaller size, which I noticed after I had gotten a couple of the 75s. It is a little bit of a different size body, and it does have a little bit of a different kick to it, a little different plop. But I went ahead and got one as well in this same pattern in the perch, and we'll take a look at those in the near future. Thanks. Open this up for you here. This is a bucktail chatterbait. I've never fished any kind of hair jig before. Not that I have an inner fly fisher in me. I sort of do, but that's something in itself for another day, another dollar. To me, whoa. The most interesting lure in fly fishing is a streamer, and anyone that knows a little bit about fly fishing, this is pretty similar to a streamer. Not that it is the same thing, I just think that hair jigs are pretty interesting, and I wanted to go ahead and try one. Bucking this bucktail hair jig. Bang. Okay, on to a little bit bigger size box now. Let's get her done. Let's open her up. Another whopper flopper. Same deal, 75 size. However, the pattern on this one, it's gonna be a loon pattern. Pretty cool. Black, white. I should be throwing this as soon as I get out in the water in the morning. These are the silents. And yeah, great option. Varying my options. Another whopper plopper here. Same deal, same size. Different color. This one is called Monkey Butt. This is more of a ghost pattern. I like the little tinge of brown / gold. I like the ghost belly. If you fish this in the right colored waters, you will have a field day, especially if you're trying to imitate a golden shiner, especially how I am. Great deal. Just, again, trying to vary my options. Here we have another 13 fishing jabberjaw. Went ahead and got this in the Mudbug Punch. You know, it's pretty clear what my intentions are here. It's not a flat-sided. It is a little curved, and it is pretty stout, but the curve isn't that much. I do want to fish this in the pre-spawn. They say that the flat sides are a bit better. The one lure that I did want to fish is Ott's new lure, the OG Slim 6. However, it's hard to find. And actually, the one pattern that I wanted in perch, besides the craw pattern, may be out right now. And I may have one more big tackle warehouse deal coming in. So if that's in there, I will let you know. We will unveil it. But for now, this is the 13 fishing jabberjaw, and I'm going to go hard with this in the pre-spawns. It's just... You hear that clicking? It's so attractive. Maybe it catches the fisherman more than it does the fish, but I think that is not the case. I think this is gonna be a good deal. All right, zooming on through and keeping the pre-spawn in mind, here we have another red and black lure. I wanted to vary that red and black across the board, so I did that with pretty much every deal I could. And here is the 10,000 fish cycle bait. That's bait. Cycle bait. This is really cool. Wow, I didn't know this was a swing deal on here. Through the pictures, so this is different. This is obviously a variation of a spinner bait, and I obviously am throwing this red and black to target fish in the pre-spawn. Great looking lure. I did not know that. Again, this was a swing head on the actual wire. Wow, I already can't wait to throw this. I sort of want to run out there and throw this right now. The Vile Craw by BioSpawn. BioSpawn did wonders for me last year. One thing you got to say about a company, once they gain your trust, keep using them for a little bit. And I ended up grabbing this deal here. It's a creature deal. Red and black, again, for the pre-spawn. I am ready to go, locked and loaded. Pre-spawn, this was the pre-spawn box, you can tell now. So here we have an Arbogast Hula Popper 2.0, and it is going to be in, they call it Black Death, but it's just a red and black pattern. It's pretty cool. I want you to see it under the light if I could ever get it out of here. Wow. Bang. Pay dirt, friends. So I have one of these in like very vibrant bluegill pattern. It's a popper. I don't have lots of experience with the popper, which is embarrassing. I should, as a pond fisherman, really, but I have been a little bit deficient in my top waters overall. I mean, I have caught fish on a popper, but I wouldn't say more than 50. So I want to go for it out of the gates. Red and black pre-spawn. One thing I do notice though, these hooks seem to be a little bit light. I don't know. If I could find another feathered hook aftermarket, might throw a little bit of a stouter hook on this. I feel like I'm bending it out already a little bit. Yeah, just being honest. Nice color though. All right, next, brass rattle weights by Gambler. I got these off of Amazon. Just wanted to throw them in here with this package. Made no sense doing a whole video for one deal or a couple deals that I had coming from Amazon, and one really was video worthy, but I thought these were pretty cool. So instead of just throwing a bullet or a worm weight on, you're gonna throw one of these deals, and it's gonna add sound and vibration, which is gonna be really good in muddy water. This should be good post frontal situations, especially after that water's really dirty. In any kind of water that's dirty because of a current situation where the current's moving faster, or any reason that the fish just might be lackadaisical whether the water is dirty or not. This might just be that deciding factor to get them to go ahead and bite. I thought these were cool. Next, another 13 fishing exclusive, the Trash Panda. I got the walking version. They have a couple of versions, a popping version as well. I think it's called the Poppin' Trash Panda. This design is pretty cool. So if you notice here, well, the plastic is pretty supple, especially at the top. So they actually heat shrunk wrap this. The weight, it's actually towards the front of the frog. It's got the tinsel on the legs. I got this in a perch pattern, bluegill pattern, dreamgill pattern. Just increases my chances. I wanted to go a little bit harder again this year with the Topwater. All right, if you've made it this far, 2 thumbs up. We are on to the last, final, and humongoid box. Finesse, 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 and then some more finesse. This box might or might not be full of finesse. Disclosure, there may be a lot of soft plastics in the following sequence. Do not be alarmed. First up, the Yodo worm. The Yodo worm specifically in the bluegill pattern or bluegill imitator. Great color, match the hatch. A lot of the local forage around here, same color patterns. Bada boom, bada bing, you got the tickle tail. You can fish this a number of ways. Texas rig, shaky head, as a trailer, a chatter bait, or a spinner bait. Whatever you want to do, man. However you want to do it. This will get it done. And it's new to the market. A lot of fish have not seen this. Great, great deal. Again, another Yodo worm. This one's in the blue craw. Yeah, I'll take it out for you. Why not? So this one is going to be a little bit darker than the electric shad. Obviously, imitation of a craw. I think it could also be an imitation of a bluegill, especially when rotated that way and fished just as a top water or subsurface or on a Texas rig. Also, if you want to go ahead and get real dirty and technical with it, you can rotate it like that sideways on a jig. You got your craw pattern. Bang. Yodo worm. This one's going to be green pumpkin pearl. I like the pearl on the bottom. This will probably be used as the belly section. Yeah, around the edges pads. That's the deal. Another one, chartreuse pepper this time. Just so you could see, it is what it is, very bright and chartreuse. This will be used in the height of the summer, whenever it might be hard to get a bite and whenever it's very sunny day. So let's move on to the exo swims on my home body of water, local lakes and not so local lakes. This was a great color pattern, so I just went back to it again this year. I have a lot of confidence in this one color pattern. It just imitates a golden shiner a lot, especially with that streak of gold, mustard, whatever you want to call it. Just, you know, great looking color. Go to. So that last pack you saw was in the 4.75 inch. This is in the 3.25 inch. There is a color called Lab Magic. This isn't it. This is electric blue and chartreuse. Same deal. I'm going to throw this in the heat of the summer when it's really hard to get a bite or when I'm in the presence of smallmouth. Same deal again, AWSOME in the 3.25, and no need to take this one out of the box. Same color pattern as before you saw the 4.75. This is the 3.25. Same deal again, 3.25. However, this one I will take out of the box because this is a little bit of a different color. So last year, I wanted to go to this color from the beginning. As you can see, this imitates the golden shiner a little bit better than the green pumpkin pearl. When I went to go purchase it, this color was completely gone, sold out. The next best thing was the green pumpkin pearl. I ended up gaining confidence in a secondary color, became a go-to option, and now this still has that same confidence, like I have 2 guns instead of 1, and in my preferred size, 3.25. What do you know? Bang. Next, we have a series of exopods by AWSOME, and I'll go ahead and take one out for you. Alabama Craw. Anyway, the reason why I got this was because if you saw in my last video, I mentioned I do a lot of finesse fishing. Yeah, these are great for finesse jigging, or if you actually want to do a little finesse punching, because the lack of appendages on the sides to get caught up on the pads or the grasses. Great color. I got it in a series of color. This was the first color to attract me. I actually fished these last year. I want to say a July mystery tackle box. You could throw this on a spinnerbait if you really wanted to, a small one too, like a 3/16 ounce spinnerbait. The exopod. I doubled up in black and blue. Green pumpkin jig. Great, great. It's the white pearl. That's the watermelon red. That's the black and blue. Next, the shimmer shad. It's like the shimmer swimmer. These have the strobe strip. And these are very finessey. These are very, wow. These are very realistic looking. That's what these are called, the natural pattern. Yep, natural. Natural they are. This might be the ticket this year. I can already tell, oh, it's got the little tickle tail action too. Oh, man. Wow. I sort of want to nibble on this right now myself. Yee, yee. Next, the Vile Craw by AWSOME, black and blue. This is going to be pretty much the same deal as the exopod, just a little bit thicker, just a little bit bigger profile, lacks appendages in a weedy situation. This is really what you're looking for, especially if you want to go punching. Good old down south, good old up north, good old just anywhere in America punching. And the color that attracted me, if I can get this open, is the Bama Bug pattern. You have your natural green pumpkin with your green flake in there. When you flip this bad boy around, bam, you have your purple. Purple is a killer, just as lethal as blue is. This color in the morning or late in the evening, sometimes I wonder if blue is confused by purple or purple is confused for blue. Either way, in my head, another variation of black and blue works the same way, does the same things for me. Just wanted to switch up colors a little bit. Yee, 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 my friends. Exo ribbon. This was the preferred weapon of choice anywhere, at any time, any lake, in any pond, any river, in any stream. Not necessarily in this color, I would say more in this motor oil, but in terms of varying up and switching up my colors, again, this is the sprayed grass. It's got that purple hue to it, that greenish tone to it as well. This would be a great imitator of a nightcrawler. That's exactly what I'm going for here with this one. Color's just the spice of life. So we got the green pumpkin chartreuse. We got the big boy in the black and the red. We got this red with hints of blue. And my personal favorite, which I'll go ahead and open up for you just so you can see. Motor oil. As Roland Martin would say, from Connecticut to California, this is the deal. Next up, this Lone Ranger here. This is the EXO stick. I'm pretty well stocked up still from last year in them. I have 1 or 2 packs. This is the Pearl pack. I have them in darker tones already. This is something you'd use more for a wacky rig presentation or for a Texas rig presentation. You can Nico rig this. Bang. You know, pretty straightforward. Just wanted to try a different color out in the Pearl. Another BioSpawn. This is going to be more of a shaky head / drop shot presentation, smaller scale. This is a 4.5. This is a plasma tail by BioSpawn. Motor oil color. It just brings out that lifelike tone on a red hued worm. Can't even notice it here. You wouldn't even notice it if I took it out of the package for you. In the water, it just glows. It's perfect. Just look into it. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be BioSpawn. If you fish a lot of ponds where the local forage includes red worms, try that deal. The last soft plastics in the pack for today is going to be the Big Bite Bait Smallie Smashers. I got 2 different colors. I got 2 different sizes. These are the bigger size in the 4.5 and 3.5, and this is called Chick Magnet. For this, I went to try to imitate again golden shiner. It is nice. I've seen this color elsewhere. Gobi Bryant, Z-Man. Then the larger 4.5. I didn't notice this blue until just recently. Now this is great because I was already trying to imitate a bluegill, sunfish in general, sunny. Just to let you know, I went mostly with VMC, or I think all VMC this time. Just wanted to try things that I already used, just in a different variation, or new things altogether. This would be one of the new items. It's a swing and rugby jig. This is going to be a jig without the skirt that swings. So a swing jig in essence, just without the skirt attached. And that's exactly what it is, exactly what it does. Can't wait to throw something like the Vile Crawl on this. Here it is pretty straightforward. We have VMC heavy duty swim bait hooks with the tapered spring. This should be a good deal for your mid-size. Yeah, even like your, for example, your 3.5, 4-inch swim baits should work wonders on a hook like this. 4-piece deal here, VMC, good to go. All right, so here we have VMC Spin Shot Nikos. I actually just got these for straight up drop shotting. If I end up using them for the Nico rig, fine, great. They just happen to be sold out of drop shot hooks when I was looking for them. Next, VMC heavy duty flipping weights. Actually, these aren't heavy duty, but they still are VMC flipping weights in the 2/0. So I could do a little bit of finesse flipping. With the EXO pod, I will be headed down that route. Throw maybe 1/2 ounce punching weight, do a little light duty finesse punching. Now these are heavy duty. These are actually in the 3/0, same deal. I will be doing the exact same thing, just with a little bit bigger profile. Get it done. Stand-up shaky head jigs by VMC. These are in the 3/16 size, so, you know, lighter duty worms. It's got the spring lock deal on it. Good to go. Got your VMC 2/0 fast grip EWG hooks. These I will end up using a variety of ways. Red hooks too, something about the color red, whether it be a red bead or a red hook, it just attracts fish. I think it could be the difference maker on certain days like sweltering hot days, post-frontal conditions, whatever. And I wanted to go ahead and get it in a universal size, something that will catch fish of all sizes. VMC EWGs. Bang. VMC drop shot hooks. I got these in a size 1. I want to do a lot of super finesse. This is when fish are super duper finicky, where even the weight on a drop shot will bother them. You really got to size down in your hooks. So size 1s, VMCs, hopefully won't let me down. I think this will keep a fish pinned. You know, you just got to fight them a little bit differently. That's all. Same thing, same deal. VMC, but these are the wacky hooks, weedless, size 4. for the same reasons. When the fish are acting super duper finicky, at the end of the day, 1 or 2 bite day is the difference between that and going home upset. It is what it is. You got to really size down. Go ahead and size down. So I went with a brand that I trust, VMC. What do you know? All right, moving on to weights here. You know, nothing too special. We have some cylindrical drop shot weights, courtesy of Karl'S stash. I believe I got these in the 3/16 and the 5/16. Just a regular lead deal. Next, you have your heavy metal tungsten nail weights. These are meant for Nico rigging, and I haven't done any Nico rigging yet. I said I will try it this year. Why not? Let's add something to the arsenal. I'm more interested in stuffing these in the head of weightless Texas rig worm, so I could just do it subsurface. And the smaller the profile for this situation, the better. Bam. Just want to show you actually. I'll take them out. Why not? I'm gonna fit this in the palm of my pinky. Yeah. Super duper small. Next, here we have tungsten worm weights, the 1/4 ounce. Then I did not realize these would come this small. I mean, I'll find some application for them. They're 1/16. Just because of their size, it's a confidence killer actually. It looks like I'll be using these more with my son for smaller applications on a real small, like with his dock runner rod, his 1-piece Shakespeare micro rod. We'll be using this for him. Maybe it was a slight oversight on my end. Didn't realize the tungsten comes in much smaller profile. And this is it. Last but not least, these pegs. Pretty self-explanatory here. Whoa. We made it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. That was a lot. I know. I would say I'm pretty supplied for this year coming up. There are still a couple packages in the mail. Tackle Warehouse, waiting on a couple more items from them, but that's coming up real soon. I have a couple boat mod videos coming up. I don't want to unveil too much, but I got a couple things planned. And also, I am going to be getting into lure making. I've been doing a little studying on this. I think I am ready to step my game up. Customize my own soft plastics. I love them. I love fishing them. As you can see, it's my go-to. I said I was going to step up this year in terms of catching bigger fish, and I am. You saw a couple of those lures in that package. But still, it's real fun to just bang, 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 bang with the finesse game. Worms, paddle tails, swim baits, and small creatures, even the eye craws. I don't know if you've seen those realistic looking craws, but check them out. Finesse, it's where it's at. I am gonna end up going for big fish this year, but I'm also gonna keep that finesse game in my left pocket. Use it whenever I need to. So, you made it all the way through to the end. We got a little something going here. Be sure to hit that subscription button, bang, that big bell, bang. That way you'll know when I shoot new videos, and they're gonna continue being pumped out. Thanks for joining me again today. This is Evolution Angler Bassin. I am Miguel Malenciano, and I'll see you, YouTube. I didn't miss that time.